up, everybody? Welcome to a Carpool Gaming discussion all about Summer Game Fest. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Turford, the weatherman on the moose, and I'm joined by an esteemed panel today across the Carpool Gaming universe. Starting things off with the pants man himself, Sean Capri. How's it going, Sean?
I am not going to lie, Ryan Turford. I thought I had a longer intro or time period there, so I had to spit out the thing that was in my mouth. For
I literally told you how long it ran, and you
I underestimated. I know you said 40 seconds, and then the Carpool Gaming little video. I thought it was more than the little jingle, but here we are, Ryan, setting the table. We're about to get the hype train going. I'm pumped to talk about Summer Game Fest and Jeff Keighley. Maybe I should predict what color his shoes are going to be, what kind of sneakers we're talking about this year.
Sean.
Oh my gosh, I quit.
Of course, though, we're not just joined by Sean. We're also joined by the Animal Crossing superstar, Lachlan, also here. How's it going, Lachlan?
Hello, I are here. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm here.
Excellent.
I have Red Bull. We're good.
Well, any award show prediction show would not be complete without a pigeon brain in the mix. So, of course,
100%.
We had to bring you in for this. So, tonight we're going to, go through what we kind of expect to happen at Summer Game Fest. Of course, Summer Game Fest is happening tomorrow from the time we're recording this, or today, because if you're listening on podcast feeds, it's actually probably going to be up, when on the day of Summer Game Fest. We're going to talk about what we know is going to be there, what we think is going to be there, and then what we're pretty confident is going to be there. So it's going to be a sandwich or a cornucopia of stuff over here on the old Carpool Gaming. But of course, if you're listening to this, before Summer Game Fest, and you'd like to come watch Summer Game Fest with us, of course, we will be live reacting to Summer Game Fest tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, aka Thursday, June 8th. And we'll be there. I will be there. I don't know who else will be there. I think Seth will be there. Who knows? Whoever will be there will be there. We'll be live reacting.
I will not be there.
It's a surprise. I won't be there for a lot of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Lachlan might drop in, but for the most part, it'll probably be me and Seth. But we will be watching the showcase and reacting along with y'all. So come watch us, youtube.com/Carpool Gaming. We'll also be covering all the other events that are happening this week. So of course, the Xbox showcase happening on Sunday. We'll be covering the Ubisoft showcase on Monday, the Capcom showcase on Monday. And then if Nintendo announces anything, I'm sure we'll be there too. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll find out together.
We are getting hyped, man. It's back. E3 is sort of here. It lives on in our hearts, Ryan Turford. I'm glad we're able to do this. And I just hope that we can all get excited about video games once again at a certain point. But before we do that, we'll probably just look at what happened in the previous years of Summer Game Fest and realize that maybe we're getting a little excited here. There might not be so many bombshells that typically happen at Summer Game Fest.
Well, there were some big things. I will say, one of the biggest things that I remember from Summer Game Fest was Elden Ring's release date trailer. That was huge.
That was pretty big. Yep.
That was one of the biggest announcements, I think, at Summer Game Fest. But you're right. It's a lot of first of all, it's all AAA as far as, Summer Game Fest is usually be. It's not associated with any one console maker.
Yep.
And usually because Xbox has its showcase around the same time, we usually don't get Xbox first party things. But we'll usually get one thing from PlayStation. We might get something from Nintendo, but that's usually less likely. But a lot of the times it's going to be third party things. Big proponents of Summer Game Fest are usually, Bandai Namco, Square Enix, all the Japanese companies, as well as a lot of the smaller indie companies are usually who we see at this event, or a lot of up and coming Chinese companies, which we'll actually talk about. A lot of that stuff is usually what we see here.
Now you're giving away all Lachlan's predictions. Now.
There's that.
Those Chinese companies. Yes.
She's all over the Chinese video game scene.
Oh yeah. I'm all a part of it. I follow it so closely.
Definitely.
Lachlan, of course, the resident stand for Genshin Impact here at Carpool.
Definitely.
Of course, 100%.
I completely play that game.
Yeah. But anyways, Sean, I know before the show started, you were looking into the history of Summer Game Fest. Was there anything else I missed that you thought that was big from some of the earlier shows?
Well, I'm glad that I did. And, Ryan, full disclosure, Ryan and I recorded the Xbox Drive earlier today where we predicted the Xbox Showcase. And I came away from it thinking we spent so much time trying to look into our crystal balls that I don't know that we really got into what we want to see. And I felt like the whole reason we're even doing this tonight, or one of the reasons we're doing it tonight, is to celebrate video game Christmas. Like that's what June typically is when I talk about E3. Like I don't care what you call it, E3, Jeff Keighley's summer of goodness, like who cares? But it's June, and this is when we all get together and we get excited about video games. We get to look forward to what's coming in the actual Christmas coming up ahead and the months afterwards. And so like I kind of just want to sit in that a little bit and invite everybody else in the Carpool community to come sit in that with us. You know, just come sit in the pool. The water's warm, okay?
Yeah. Oh my God, Sean. I mean, that's also part of the reason why we're putting this on all the podcast feeds rather than just one in particular, is because it's, we want to celebrate games a little bit, and we just don't. This only happens once a year, and we want to be able to sit down and talk about this stuff. And it is a little bit fragmented because again, we did the Xbox thing already, but at the same time, I also think the Xbox show is going to be bigger this year, which kind of warranted that a little bit. Whereas Summer Game Fest, kind of deserves its own show. So we'll talk about Summer Game Fest now. We'll get into it. We'll talk about what we know as well as our predictions for the show. So first off, let's start with what we know is already going to be there, because Jeff Keighley's already announced the following things are going to be at Summer Game Fest. So number one, and of course I made sure to put this one at number one, Mortal Kombat 1. See what I did there? Its gameplay trailer will be at the showcase. So of course we got the cinematic trailer when it got announced, about a month ago. But now we are officially getting the full gameplay trailer for Mortal Kombat 1, which is actually probably the biggest announcement that they've announced so far. That's going to be here. I'm really excited because I love Mortal Kombat. I can't wait to see the game. So that's number one with a bullet.
I thought MK was Mario Kart.
Can you imagine Mario Kart tracks announced at... Hang on, I'm going to write something down here. Hang on.
Oh, well, Sean writes that down. The next game trailer that we know about is Cyberpunk 2077's DLC. Phantom Liberty is getting a trailer here. So we know it's coming this year. We don't have a release date for it. We know Idris Elba is in it, but that's all we kind of know about this. So we will be getting a big gameplay trailer for Cyberpunk 2077's DLC. Next up, we are getting a new game that they actually just announced today. We'll be getting a new trailer at Throne and Liberty. It's a free-to-play MMO that I know nothing about. That's getting its actual trailer there, because they put out a trailer today saying, "Hey, we're announcing the game, and see the full actual trailer at Summer Game Fest tomorrow." Because of course,
interesting.
Yeah. So brand new game.
Trailer.
Yeah.
Today. Interesting.
Sounds like it. Then next up, Fortnite's brand new season, guys.
Oh, keep going. Get
excited.
Yeah.
And then last thing we know about, The Witcher Season 3 is getting a trailer.
Okay. I think also, did I see Call of Duty next season or something like that is also happening tomorrow?
Call of Duty Warzone's next season is also being unveiled.
Which I put in the same category of Fortnite. Like, okay, keep going. Yeah. Like that's nothing against those games. It's just like, okay, keep going.
Yeah. Because likewise, with Call of Duty, we still don't have the newest Call of Duty announced yet, Sean. I don't think it's getting announced here, but I don't know. We could talk to we didn't that.
Is this the year that they're not doing it annually though? Like, isn't that? I don't remember when that's supposed to hit.
That's what we thought was originally happening, but then they came back and said, no, there will be a Call of Duty release of some kind this year. So maybe it's just Warzone 2 next kind of expansion, but I don't know. They made it sound like there's something Call of Duty happening this year.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He didn't say anything about Kojima. Like, is Kojima directing the whole thing? Like, that'd be kind of neat. You're just like watching, and all of a sudden he takes control of your computer and starts ruffling through your taxes, like 2019 taxes folder. You're like, what's going on in here, Ryan? What's going on in this 2019 taxes folder you still have here? What's going on here?
I mean, sometimes I just need to keep my receipts.
Hacking into your LimeWire account and whatnot. What are you doing, Kojima?
Just looking at all those previous downloads and being, that's interesting.
It was you.
It was you.
Yes. Well, I feel like Cyberpunk, what was the other one that you mentioned? I feel like it's like a Jeff Keighley goodie bag, basically. Yeah. Like you go in, you kind of know what you're going to get. Like Cyberpunk is there. I think Kojima being there. Maybe Mortal Kombat's part of this as well. Mortal Maybe him Kombat, and Ed Boon. Being buddies, Probably The Rock. The Rock will be there for some reason.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe, I don't know if you remember this from the Game Awards, Sean, but maybe that, gang thing with Michael Madsen will be there.
Oh, please. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Because that game apparently, even if you remember,
Didn't it come
that game
out?
no, so that's the thing. All the reviews came out like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
But they said the game's not coming out till next week.
And no way.
Yes.
It's so bizarre.
And then that's digitally, and then it's getting a physical release later this year. So like,
oh man,
it's like
Tony
King
Baker
City Rockway or something stupid like that. But yeah,
Tony Baker adds to the Keeley grab bag Muppets for sure. Like the Swedish Chef got to be in there. Yeah,
burger.
Yeah, because they didn't announce any guest presenters or anything like that, like they usually do. So no Muppets or anything like that. And they haven't announced that Kojima will be there. I assume Kojima will be there because it's
bring the Schick man back, the Schick Razor,
the Schick Hydrobot.
Yes, the Schick. Yes, exactly. You had that ready to go, man.
I remember it very vividly, Sean, because me and Drew McMillan watched that showcase together because we live reacted to it back in the day, and
I didn't hate it.
That's all we can talk about.
I'm not gonna lie, did not hate it. Ryan, do we know how long this thing is going to be?
2 hours.
Okay, 120 minutes. All good.
120 minutes. But they also, again, with what I mentioned with the Witcher trailer as an example, they tend to throw commercials for non-game things in here, whether it's TV shows, movies, or
Harry's razors
things. Yeah, because there was like a Fast and Furious trailer last year, I think.
Comes out of a box.
Carpool Gaming. Oh my gosh, I can't believe these commercials. I'd be like, Mom, our commercial's on. Watch it.
Garrett Bland says there will be 60 minutes of that. He might not be wrong.
Whatever, man. Well, okay, so I'm not going to be there to watch live with you guys, but I will watch shortly afterwards, and then we'll wrap up tomorrow night afterwards. Yep. So it's going to be. I hope it's good. I hope that we all just at least find a game or 2 or 6 that we like, that excites us. It gets us glad that we're in this whole thing together. So I'm excited, man.
So it's the Summer Game Fest, then Day of the Devs, and then Devolver. Is that all tomorrow?
I don't think Devolver's tomorrow. Okay. I think Devolver's Friday, right, Sean?
Friday? Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You're on
I honestly don't
no, Devolver is tomorrow. It's after. Yes.
Oh my God. That's gonna be the show to watch, probably.
Yeah.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
I gotta check in with PSVG because I'll be watching live the Devolver one live on PSVG.
I was gonna say, like, we could have reacted to Devolver, but like PSVG always does that best. So folks, if you want to go watch the Devolver showcase, go watch over there with Sean.
I will be there with Donnie. Twitch.tv/PSVG. It's gonna be a fun time. Yeah,
I'll be in the chat hanging out. But
sometimes you don't even know what to make of the Devolver one. Most of the time.
Yeah, because last year's show was literally a giant countdown show. That was just here's a countdown show.
That's right.
To the end of the show where they showed another countdown.
Oh, countdowns! Remember that was a thing. Oh,
yeah. Which showcase last year did they have like the car?
The car.
I think.
Do you remember there was like a Pokemon car? Am I wrong? Is that a thing?
Oh,
what
yes,
was that at?
I do remember that. I think that was actually Summer Game Fest last year.
Was that? I thought so.
I think it was.
They had like
a Game Fest, but I'm pretty sure it was Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Good.
Well, here we are. Like it's the season of Devolver. Like really, like they're the ones to watch. I think they're the ones that you can't even predict them. You don't want to predict it. Like who cares? Just surprise us. Just be wacky, and we're here for it. We sign up for it. Although this is like in the middle of the day. I feel like usually it's late. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Usually Keeley does the shows at like 8:00, but this week this time they did it at 3. And I looked it up. Lockwith, it was actually Gamescom last year.
Okay.
The Pokemon cars.
Okay.
Oh, I never watched Gamescom last year.
We watched.
I remember the car. Mm-hmm.
We live reacted to Gamescom opening night live, and we saw the car there, and we're like, "What is going on here? What is this show supposed to be? Why is
we are joined by Seth Sturgill, letting him know that we're recording locals. So as you join us, sir, look at you.
Already
oh
on
my
it.
Gosh, what a pro. Good to see you, my friend.
Hey, buddy. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I surprise. I didn't think I was going to be able to make it tonight, but here I am.
Love it. Yes, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Nobody predicted this, not even us.
It wasn't on the bingo card.
The best part about it, Seth, is when you joined, it didn't break melon, which I'm very excited about. Yes, exactly.
You love to see it.
Now that we've talked about what's going to be at Summer Game Fest, I feel like we should then give the real list of things at Summer Game Fest with our predictions. Our predictions, of course, 100% accurate. All these are going to come true, and all these will be at Summer Game Fest. So we're going to go around the horn in a clockwise fashion from what we see on the screen.
Whatever that means.
I did.
It's impossible to know.
It's how the hands of a clock go, Sean. That's how clockwise.
Doesn't help. My clock is numbers.
As
It's a
in,
digital clock.
okay. As in, I will go first with the predictions, then Sean, then Seth, then Lachlan.
All right.
Like a
that
clock.
sounds good. Got it. As long as
So-
everybody else understands. You just tell me
so-
when to go.
We all brought 3 bold, beautiful predictions for Summer Game Fest. We all came prepared with more just in case there's some overlap. And we'll talk about, some quickly run through kind of honorable mention question or predictions at the end here after we go through this process. Sean, we decided before the show we were not going to do odds like the Xbox.
No odds. No
So
odds.
no
We'll just
odds.
run through it.
So this is going
Yes.
to be an exhibition match for predictions.
Yeah, just a friendly. Mhm.
Just a friendly match. So
Mm.
we're gonna get into it, and again, I'm gonna be probably because, of course, kind of as Sean saw earlier today with Xbox Drive, I'm gonna be the voice of reason here, as far as keeping our expectations in check as far as my predictions, where I went fairly realistic with my predictions, like what I realistically think will be there.
We'll
Some
see
might call
about
some of
that.
these predictions boring. I will say
Mm.
they might be boring, but I might surprise you with some of these later on in the show. So I'm going to start with the most obvious one that I have to say because I want to make sure we at least talk about this. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will have a full gameplay and cutscene trailer, so it'll have gameplay and cutscenes kind of interspersed throughout the trailer, and will stand firm on its winter 2023 release date. We've been seeing the teasing of the Final Fantasy VII account all week with a different, drop every single day saying, hey, by the way, here's a new thing you didn't know about this game, such as fun facts saying there will be music tracks in the game, or you will be able to go to different places in this game, or the characters will experience a story together in this game.
Wow.
So,
Breaking
they-
news.
Tell me more.
Holy
Yes.
These
crap.
buzzwords.
Try not to give
Yes.
the whole game away.
So they've been doing these like very, silly kind of teases kind of leading up to this. And they're doing this for 7 days because they started this 7 days ago with, of course, tomorrow being
That's
the
really
7th.
good. 'Cause
So
it's Final Fantasy
the-
7.
Yes, exactly. There you go. So as a result, it's going to be at Summer Game Fest. I wouldn't have originally predicted that this would be here because I thought maybe Square Enix
Right.
was going to pull this back for Final Fantasy 16 coming out in a couple weeks, but it sounds like 7 Rebirth is going to be there. And I don't think they'll give it an exact release date. I think it's still going to be winter 2023, but I think it's going to get like a big blowout tomorrow.
Ryan, that looks like the trophy room counterpicked that. We picked that in our fantasy critic, and they
did.
counterpicked it. So if this
Yeah.
game comes out, dude, oh my goodness gracious.
I mean, Sean, knowing that this will be at Summer Game Fest, I'm even more convinced this game's coming out this year, and they will find a way to slot it like in November or December of this year.
I love it. Yeah,
'Cause
make
they-
it
'cause
December
again-
17th. Who cares?
Because they
December
talked
feels
about
good.
the idea where they want it to be this year to be the big 35th anniversary of Final Fantasy. That's why we're getting so much Final Fantasy stuff. We had Fiat Rhythm, we had the Pixel remasters, we had 16, and now and to cap off the year with 7 Rebirth. I think that's kind of their big plan for Final Fantasy. But
Nice.
What do you guys think? How off the base am I? What do you guys think?
Man, I think it sounds pretty reasonable to me.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
with you. I would not have, if it had not been for all this weird like countdowny stuff,
Mhm.
I would have been like, you're
Mhm.
crazy, Ryan.
Yeah.
But
Same.
yeah, I think, yeah.
Kind of mad,
I like
kind of mad that you took it, honestly, because it is like you're very smart about the way that you do this. You're like, okay, look, first we're gonna lay out all the things that we know, the Call of Duty stuff, the Fortnite stuff, the blah blah blah, and then we're gonna quickly after that get into predictions. And this is something that we kind of know, but like don't really know. And so like I see your mind at work, Ryan, and I like it. Glad that you went first, and now we'll go clockwise or whatever that means. So good for you, man. I hope we see it, and I hope it excites us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping it's awesome because I mean, I really like Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I'm hoping that Rebirth is really gosh darn good. If more than anything, Sean, so we can crush the trophy room. Because if this comes out and it gets like a 92,
Oh my gosh!
their
Yes.
season is over.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Give it to me now. All right.
All right, Sean, what is your first prediction?
Oh my gosh. I could go pretty silly, Ryan, or I could go with one that I kind of hope. I'm going to start with one that I hope happens and I think is pretty reasonable. Ken Levine revealed the game Judas last year at something. I don't remember what it was.
There's a Game Awards.
Was the Game Awards? Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, there you go. That makes a lot of sense. It'll become part of the Jeff Keighley goodie bag of goodness, of goodie games, that Jeff Keighley's goodie stuff. We're getting a release date in spring 2024 is what I'm telling you, Ryan.
So real quick, I just want you to know, because you might have missed this. They announced earlier this year that the game will be out no later than summer 2025 is what they said.
What? Are you serious?
In fact, if you go on Fantasy Critic right now, because someone actually picked Judas in one of our leagues, because I counterpicked it.
That's so far away.
If you click on the direct description, it says by March 2025 it'll be out.
That's so far away.
You're right, though. You're on the right track, though, because I think there might be a trailer here. I think that's too soon of a release date specifically, but I think you're on the right track as far as them showing it. Though.
Well, I'm sticking to my whatever. Who cares?
Stick to your guns, Sean.
I'm sticking to my guns. We'll see. Yeah. Hopefully, it's there. I just want to see more of this game. Yeah. I think Ken Levine is great, and I just want to see his game. So you can shoot down my dreams all you want, Turford, but I still have my hopes.
I'm not shooting down your dreams at all. I'm just being
with facts.
Yeah, look at me coming in here with facts.
Mm-hmm.
Good God.
All right, that's me.
All right, Seth, what is your first prediction?
I'm gonna go crazy, y'all.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna start off crazy. There will be the reveal of Disney's platform fighter, Disney Smash Brothers, at Summer Game Fest.
I love it.
We're getting it. It's happening. It's been kind of rumored for a while, and honestly,
we've heard rumblings about this.
Really? Is that real?
Yeah.
Rumblings.
Well, because this is also in line with they're also having this Disney card game to rival Magic the Gathering coming out pretty soon as well.
Yeah,
so I think it's part of this
game seriously.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want them to take it so serious. I want fatalities in this, okay? Like I want Ursula, whenever you kill Ursula, like she gets pierced by that broken board on the ship, whatever that was. Very terrifying.
Here's my rationale for this. My rationale for this is it really is time. Like there's such a void, I feel like, left after Sora came out and like Smash is kind of done now. I feel like there needs to be somebody else to step in. And, Multiverses or whatever tried. It kind of popped and fizzled. People liked it. Nick All-Star Brawl, pretty good, right? But like in terms of IP holders, there's nobody better than Disney to make something like this. They've been making their Mario Kart with Disney Speedstorm. They made their Animal Crossing with Dreamlight Valley. It's time for their Smash Brothers.
Can you imagine though? Like I first was thinking Disney, like Little Mermaid, like so you got like Prince, what's his Prince Eric from the Little Mermaid, kicking the crap out of baby Simba, just like kicking him down the street, but also like Star Wars and Marvel and everything. Holy
National
crap.
Geographic.
Bring the National Geographic. Yeah,
I want to be Rafiki.
David Attenborough just narrating the whole thing.
Don't forget about the 20th Century Fox properties. Get the Xenomorph in there, the Predator.
Oh my gosh, the Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
Is there any company that should make this more?
Yeah,
maybe not. Like maybe not.
So,
good prediction. I like it. Yeah. This is great.
I had actually, until you brought that up, Seth, I had forgotten that those rumors were out there, that was a thing.
Yeah, floating around.
Yeah.
Floating around.
I like it.
I like it.
All right, Lachlan, what is your first prediction?
My first one is that we will get a release date and be shown Killer Clowns from Outer Space coming out in July. I'm going to say July. Because it's supposed to come out this year. It's in my Fantasy Critic. It's one of mine that I picked, and I almost forgot about this game. But yeah, that is I guess my safe one because it's supposed to come out, and I haven't seen anything different.
It was also at Game Awards too, so there's some precedent for this being there as well. Like I'm actually pretty excited for that game, Lachlan. So I hope you're right because I want to see that game come out.
In July.
It's from the Friday the 13th developers, and I love that game too. And I know that they did that franchise really proud with a lot of the stuff they put in it. So I feel like they could probably do the same thing with Killer Clowns. So I'm excited for that game, man.
That's my safe one.
Nice.
I don't think July's that safe.
You don't think July?
Yeah, it's fast.
I don't think that's that safe. I think that's fast. Yeah.
Might as well make it a shadow drop. It's available today.
Well, and for me, I'm like, why not put it out in October, like Halloween?
That's
sort of
true.
game.
I guess.
But
I don't know.
I already wrote it down. I can't go back.
Oh no, you can't back out.
I don't have any whiteout for my screen.
I mean, I will also mention as well that I don't know if they have to release in October, because Texas Chainsaw Massacre is releasing a similar game and it's coming out in August. So I mean they're exploring the space with these horror games. We already have Alan Wake 2 and Alone in the Dark coming out in October. We don't need more.
Dude,
Halloween is year round, Seth. You have that mug for a reason.
I know. It says Halloween forever on it, baby.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Well, speaking of the spooky games, speaking of games not coming out during October, Halloween time, Silent Hill 2 Remake gets a full gameplay trailer. It's released. It will be given a release date of January 12th, 2024. They will also announce, as part of this, that a Silent Hill collection of the first 3 games will be coming to modern consoles this autumn. So that'll be basically the Metal Gear playbook that we saw at Summer Game Fest or at the PlayStation Showcase, where they will basically announce, hey, here's when Silent Hill 2 Remake is coming out. We're confident that it'll hit this date, but here's this little collection of games to hold you over until that comes out. Because I think that it's not coming. Like originally, I think they wanted that game to come out this year, but I think it's going to slip just by a nudge to next year, given it kind of that dead space window. I think will be interesting for that game.
I like that.
No, it's too good. You're like on the nose on this, Ryan. You're gonna crush this year. Like, honestly, I think that's totally maybe the date is like degrees of difficulty, as we say.
That's why I had to throw the date in there. It's like, well, okay, I could just say January 2024, but no, let's make this crazier.
Double
down.
I like
it. Exactly. I can really picture both of your predictions so far. I see them in my mind's eye,
coming in here with logic.
How the theater of the mind.
You told me the second you told me there wouldn't be odds, Sean, you better believe I came in with realistic predictions.
Yeah, that was pretty, and then I took him out at the last second.
That was kind of your mistake, Sean.
Yeah, we'll see. No, that sounds cool, man. I think that both of those would be great. Silent Hill 2 Remake, full trailer, January 12th, 24. I like it, man. Good for you.
I mean, as a Silent Hill fan, like this, like I feel like they need just more than Silent Hill 2. Like I feel like they need those other games to be available to modern audiences. Yes, we have that, like Xbox 360 collection backwards compatible on Series X, but that collection isn't very good. And again, it's only on Xbox, so this would give it a way to get people reintroduced to Silent Hill before Silent Hill 2 Remake comes out. So then they'll be excited for it when it comes out, early next year.
Silent Hill 2, by the way, one of the best games ever made.
100%.
It's cannot wait.
Good, it's one of my
I bet you get Siphon Filter instead. No more Silent Hill. That's going, by the way. You get Siphon Filter. Yeah?
Take a Siphon Filter.
Yeah, runs funny in Siphon Filter.
No, Seth, we can't let that happen to Silent Hill. It can't go away. There's a new Silent Hill movie coming out. There could be a chance we see the new Silent Hill movie trailer here, too. We'll see. All right, Sean.
Nice.
What is your second prediction?
Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay, I'm going to do this one because I think you might have this on your list, Ryan. I'm going to take it from you, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. I think it's going to be very weird for PlayStation to give us a huge game at this because they just had a chance to do it at their showcase. They're going to do it at the Keighley goodie bag of goodness of games. They're going to unveil Uncharted 5, Uncharted from the beginning, some sort of new chapter, new era, new characters. We all know the character we're talking about here. We saw them at in that commercial. They kind of teased it. I think the Uncharted game is real, and we're seeing it at the Keighleys, and PlayStation fans, Sony ponies everywhere will wonder why did they do that at the Keighleys and not at the Sonys, but it doesn't matter because I want a new Uncharted game, okay? I still love the Uncharted games. I haven't lost faith. There's people like, oh, the shooting is blah, 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 and Nathan Drake is a heartless, cold-blooded murderer, and who cares? They're fun games. I want to climb on stuff. I want to find treasures. I want to see the relationships budding and the great acting, and I want to see Naughty Dog at their best. So give it to me, man. Let's do it. For the pony, says Hambone Johnny. I'm with you. Come on, man.
Yeah.
We're going to play as the daughter. We're playing as Cassie.
Damn. I'm dancing all around the sport.
Sean tried not to give it away.
The game is like 12 years old or something.
You see that the people
too late now.
All the time that Final Fantasy VII rumors are out.
All right.
Spoilers are out there.
It's a spoiler that Nathan Drake has a daughter. All right.
I mean, one that he knows about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Just gallivanting around the world.
Well, Sean, just to throw it out there, you didn't steal my PlayStation prediction because actually I didn't have this on my list.
Oh,
But I
okay.
had a PlayStation prediction. In fact, I'll just throw it out here as a random one because I'm actually not going to make this my last prediction. I actually had on my list Last of Us 2 PC is revealed.
That's a good one because The Last of Us, Neil Druckmann was on the Summer Game Fest last year.
Not only that, but that's where we got Last of Us Part 1 announced. Was that?
That's right.
So
yeah, and it was leaked just before that. Has there been nothing leaked? Like this is
Not that I've
tomorrow,
seen.
by the way. We were saying this about
nothing's
Xbox
leaked.
as well. What the heck? Maybe there's nothing happening. Like, is there actually a stream? Like, holy cow!
I mean,
Okay.
got more information about that Fortnite thing happening, but beyond that, no.
2 hours of
Interesting.
ads.
Yeah.
Somehow,
I
I'm
mean,
down
it is
for
ultimately what it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dressed up.
Yeah, because you're. I think we're both on the same page though, Sean. I think PlayStation will be here
Yeah,
with one.
I think they'll have
announcement
one weirdly big thing that they could have had at their own showcase, but they'll
Yeah.
do it here. Yeah.
for some reason. Just got.
Yep. I'm counting on it. I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
All right, Seth, your next prediction.
Yeah.
my friend.
I have. I'm not gonna. No, I'll save this. Just in case. I'm gonna save this one. I'm gonna keep
like
it
the
in my back
strategy though,
pocket.
Seth.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm gonna go with next is not actually a video game prediction.
Mm.
We are going to get a full trailer for the Twisted Metal TV series here, as well as a teaser for the Borderlands movie that has been shot and is in post-production. That's what
I love this. I was muted because I was typing. I think that's a great prediction.
Kevin
I
Hart's going to come out
absolutely-
on stage. Jack Black's going to come out on stage.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah. He's playing.
No,
Wait, they're in the Borderlands
with
movie. That's
Kevin
right.
Hart
That's been.
and Randy
That's right.
Pitchford
That's
shot?
been cast. This
Yeah,
is
it's
totally
been
going to
shot.
happen. This is absolutely happening. Oh my
They
gosh,
wrapped
we're
filming-
spoiling the whole thing.
It wrapped filming last November. They're in post.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down, man. I would give you points for this.
Ryan, are you shaking your head?
No, it's just I'm thinking back to that Randy Pitchford Kevin Hart video that they posted, where Randy Pitchford was visiting the set of the Borderlands
In the
movie, and I'm just
trailer or
like,
whatever.
he's trying to give him a high five, and Kevin Hart won't give him a high five. It's just like it was a whole video. It was so good.
Yeah, a
Wow.
little teaser for Borderlands, a full
Good
trailer for Twisted
one.
Metal. We need that. You know, it's not a Keeley show if there's not some like video game adjacent media thing.
No,
I'm
we talked
with
about
you,
it earlier.
man.
They already said the Witcher 3 season 3 trailer is there.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's in that same vein, like that'll be there. Or like
Mhm.
there will also be normal movie trailers here. I'm sure there'll be a whatever, like maybe a Flash movie trailer. or
Gran
something like
Turismo
that.
movie.
Wow.
Get another one of those in
They
there.
already did that at the PlayStation Showcase. I don't know if they'll do that again. Here.
Do it again.
Show it again. Why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
roll it again.
Good.
Mm,
That's a good pick, Seth. I actually
I like it
think
a
that's-
lot.
I actually think that's pretty likely, like way more likely than I originally were going to give you credit for.
Thank
All right.
you.
Lockliff, second prediction.
I'm gonna go not like completely wild, but something that I forgot about completely until today. Warframe has been trying to and struggling with for a while to do cross-platform. So I think they will actually announce that they've actually got their ish together and have fixed it. Because I want to play Warframe on Nintendo
Probably Bobby
Switch
Miller.
with my husband to play on PlayStation because we had no idea that wasn't a capability when we first downloaded it. We played for a little bit and then we found out that we couldn't do that and we just deleted the games because we were upset about it. So I want that. I just kind of want to wish it into existence. So
I like it.
Yeah.
Dang. That's
like
a
the strategy.
great prediction and one dedicated to the one and only Bobby Miller, a huge
say, dude,
Warframe fan. Mhm,
If he's not in the
definitely.
chat already, he will materialize.
He's gonna show up.
Yeah.
I have been summoned.
Someone said Warframe. I got to get in there. But Warframe's been at the past Summer Game Fest and past Keeley shows. So
Mhm.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they had something, even if it's not that. Like there will
That's a
be
good
something Warframe related probably here.
ugh,
Yep.
they got to fix it. I want to be able to play with it. I was like, oh, look, it's free. I can play and it looks cool. So disappointed. I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
So good.
Good God. All right. Well, my last prediction before we get into kind of honorable mentions here. I was going to go with a super safe one, but I kind of want to go with a crazier one. And this one ties into a trademark we saw recently, but we learned literally nothing about it. Persona 5 Tournament is announced here. It is a new fighting game similar to Persona 4 Arena. It's dated for December. So it's going to have all the Persona 5 characters, the Persona 4 characters, the Persona 3 characters, and it's going to be like an Arc System Works style fighting game, like Dragon Ball Fighters or, Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, something like that. But yeah, we saw Persona 5T be trademarked with literally no information. So I'm going off.
I liked your tactics idea.
Yeah, I threw that on Twitter. Persona 5 Tactics is what I thought.
I liked that.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Right? I actually think the more likely scenario is it's another fighting game, because it's been a long time, because Persona 4 Arena Ultimax came out in 2014, and then it got re-released last year. So it would make sense why they would re-release it last year, to get people excited or to measure excitement level. So then they release like the new fighting game in the Persona series the following year.
Nice one.
What do you guys think about that? Because that's really weird.
I take it. I like it.
I like it.
Neat.
I don't hate it.
Exactly. Man, Ryan. Now the thing is, we like the history shows, Ryan, that these predictions that we do, we get like 98% of them wrong, like almost 100%, just completely. So it's really interesting how we can have this conversation. I'm looking at your predictions going, I totally see these happening. And if they don't, then what else is there? It's so hard to do this. So hard to predict. You never.
Well, that's actually part of the things we talk about is like internally before, coming up with the idea to do this kind of prediction show. Is just like Summer Game Fest is so hard to predict for, because like, who the heck knows what'll be there? Like, especially because like half of it could literally be movie trailers and commercials for other non-game related things. Or again, there's just so many like free to play games out there that we as a team just don't really know about. So like,
that's the other thing. We do get introduced to a lot of new stuff that while you're watching it, you don't really know what to make of it. It's not a lot, and we'll maybe get into some of that after this. But I just want to. I like your predictions. I think you're bringing it tonight, man. I like it.
Well, thank you. Well, I've got more. We'll talk about them in honorable mentions.
Okay.
But Sean,
okay. Well, don't get ahead of yourself. Okay.
Oh, jeez. What is your next prediction, Sean? Your final prediction.
Gosh, my final prediction. I wanted to throw out something in there like the orange box too, but like there's not enough left over. They gave us everything with the orange box. I wanted to do something like Bloodborne on PC, but I think that they've denounced that. I think they've thrown that out.
Cruel at this point. Yeah.
I wanted to do something like Final Fantasy Tactics, but I think that you said that on the RPG Cave. Maybe did you say that on the RPG Cave?
That, but I also said that it would be at the Nintendo Showcase if there was one.
Interesting.
Sean's taking this last prediction as let me list off a bunch of other things. And then
I wanted to say
I thought about this and this and this.
I wanted the 1998 classic from Epic Mega Games, Unreal, to come back as a remake. I think that would be great. But what I will say, Ryan, is this. My final prediction is that the next wave of Mario Kart tracks are happening and they are available in an undetermined time. And did I come up with this prediction 30 seconds before we went live? You bet your bottom dollar I did.
We literally talked about it together.
It literally, that's a true statement, y'all. That literally just happened before we started. That he thought of this. He's like, oh, I got to write something down. I said, I know exactly what you're doing.
Well, it would be in line with the 1 year at the Game Awards where they announced that, because we knew Tropical Freeze was coming out, but that's when they announced Funky Mode was at the Game Awards. That's when we got the announcement of Funky Kong.
Look, I just think that Nintendo shows up in a very strange way at these things where it almost looks like a commercial, like some of the others that we talked about, but it's a legit. Yep. Yeah. I think that's all it is. And I think the Mario Kart tracks are perfect for that. So yes, don't distract us too much from Zelda. We're all still playing Zelda. Some of us are still stuck in a shrine for a week, but that's okay. I can go play some Mario Kart tracks, man.
You could, or you'll just keep playing Diablo. Let's not kid ourselves.
That's true. Also, so there you go. That's my final one.
There you go.
I don't think you're off base about that. I could see that. I could see that.
I'm gonna be that person to say Nintendo's not here at all with anything.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's they're not really there.
They're doing their own Nintendo Direct on Twitter apparently with the new GBA the new Game Boy and NES games that you guys talked about last night. The new pastel colors. Everybody 1-2 Switch. Like, imagine it, Sean. Imagine if the announcement for Everybody 1-2 Switch was here. Like, how popping off would be
incredible.
Summer Game.
It would be something.
That'd be incredible.
It would be something.
I just don't even know what that game looks like. We just have that one screenshot of the two very excited
in a
people
pink room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
All right.
good.
Seth, final
Okay.
prediction.
My final prediction, I thought about, I guess we'll get into honorable mentions soon, and I'll mention some of these there, because I want to end with a very Seth prediction. And I don't want to do what Sean did and rattle things off before I get to it. So I will just get straight to
Thank
it.
God.
I predict, this is again a very Seth prediction, a little crazy, but I predict that we will get some sort of Neon White spin-off or expansion or side game, like Neon Violet, like a full game as Neon Violet, something like that, like a spin-off or side game, a smaller Neon White something. That team worked so hard on that game. It got way more success than I think that they even expected. Yes, the game is like just about a year old now. But I think it's been enough time to where they've whipped up a little something. Like here's another chapter to the story or something like that. That's got 15 new levels or something like that.
Give it to me now. Give it to me now. Give it. Actually, I get to do a Ryan here. At the 2022 Summer Game Fest, Neon White got a release date and a trailer. So there you go. I'd love to see Neon White 2 years in a row.
That'd be
Yes,
pretty
please.
sweet.
Game of the year.
Game of the year. It's very good. Put it on phones.
I mean,
oh, dude. Oh, I got a. Never mind. I got an.
Save it for honorable mention.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got excited.
My eye just started twitching.
Yeah, I tend to do that.
Don't do that to Luckless, Sean.
Imagine how my family feels about me. They live with me. They're stuck.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Last prediction.
Luckless prediction, Luckless.
Okay, so I'm gonna go crazy with mine. So there's like a little indie movie coming out on the 9th called Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Yes.
I think they're gonna make a game and announce it tomorrow.
Is it going to be licensed based off the movie Transformers, or is it going to be like based off the show? I want to explore the space a little. What do you think?
I want to say it's going to be based off the movie, because like they've got the base of the movie down, and now they have something to work off of to make it really look really cool for a new game. So that's my prediction.
I'd play that. I think that's a great prediction, because it's been a really long time since the last Transformers game, because we had Transformers Devastation, which was on PlayStation 4 in 2014 from Activision. And that game was pretty fun, but like we haven't seen a Transformers game since then. And before that, we had like the War for Cybertron games on 360, which were really good.
Very good. Yep.
So I'm like, I think you're probably right, Lockwood.
I'd love this prediction. Yeah, give it to us. Transform. That's a video game, man. Come on, like the robots that turn into the cars, and the other thing that there's more than meets the eye. Come on, I love it. Yes, good predictions, Lockwood. I'm sitting here talking about how good Ryan's predictions are.
Lockwood brought it tonight too. Lockwood did a good job.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space and Warframe and Transform. Good on you.
A lot of those are realistic.
I almost predicted that Chris Pratt was going to be there. So what do I know, man?
I mean, you might not be wrong about that. He might show up in some capacity. All right, let's go around the horn, do our kind of honorable mentions. So here are some of the ones that I have that I didn't use, because again, a lot of these are super safe, but I wanted to at least bring them up to the panel for discussion. Number 1, Honkai Star Rails PS5 release date is revealed. That's out right meow. It'll be a shadow drop because it's already right. Honkai Star Rails has been out on PC for a while now. We know a PS5 version's coming. It's going to come out this year, I would assume. And why not just make it a shadow drop and just have it come out? Would that just be a thing? Next up, I have Death Stranding 2 is the show's one more thing. It's actually given a 2024 release date because, of course, Kojima will be there. And my last one that I had that was kind of out there, but I also think like this is one I could easily see being an Xbox. Cuphead 2 is announced. It's coming in the future at some point, because like we had, the Delicious Last Course come out this year. We don't know what studio MDHR is working on next, and I think it's time for them to maybe say, "Hey, Cuphead 2 is coming. We'll see you in like 5 years." There you go. Those were kind of my honorable mentions. Sean, you were very excited about an honorable mention you just came up with. What was?
You already listed all of his off. What are you talking about?
I wasn't gonna say Bloodborne on PC. Definitely wasn't gonna bring. The one I almost blurted out before, and I got way too excited about. Was one of, I think it was Seth when he said Game of the Year, Vampire Survivors. Give us some more Vampire Survivors. Give us a sequel. Give us another 100 levels. Give us another bunch of characters.
That'll be at the Nintendo showcase. It's coming to Switch, baby.
Whatever. That'd be amazing. I'll buy it again.
Kidding me?
I'll buy it
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Vampire Survivors. Holy cow.
Yeah.
You're leveling up and you're like, no problem. Such a good game. That's it. I've rambled off all my things, and literally, I full disclosure, I came up with my predictions 40 seconds before we went live. I had a Father's Day thing with my daughter tonight, so that was very fun. We had daddies and donuts, and yeah, it was a very cool night. But I kind of raced in here, screeching in sideways, my friends, doing my best,
as we do at Carpool Gaming. Just because again, cars in the name.
Mm-hmm.
Seth, you had a couple things you had left, right? So what do you got?
I do. First of all, and this is pretty safe, I feel like, but a demo shadow drop for Final Fantasy 16, I think is pretty safe.
It's been sitting on the PlayStation Store now for a month and a half, so it's got to come out at some point.
I actually expected it at the PlayStation showcase. I was a little surprised that it didn't happen there, so I think it is probably here. I also think that there is a non-zero chance we see a proper reveal for Monolith's Wonder Woman game that was teased like 2 years ago. Like actually getting like a real honest to goodness trailer for it would be nice with like a 2024 release date or something. I'm actually very hyped for that.
Same.
I love the Shadow of Mordor, games, and I would love to see that.
I just love Monolith's games, and having like the idea of having a Wonder Woman game with the Nemesis system, like sign me up. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm very, very into that. And then the last one that I'll predict is the reemergence of, and this is in a similar vein, but Amy Hennig's Marvel game, that like Black Panther, Howling Commandos Marvel game that was revealed a couple years back.
Yeah.
So I could see that too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. All right, Lockcliff. But did you have any more besides what you went over?
This one's probably going to happen, but I don't know in what way it'll be shown. But I know they've shown like Warhammer, 40,000 Space Marine 2.
Yes, looks so good.
But have they shown like actual gameplay, or has it always just been like this isn't actual gameplay? Like I was thinking like they'll show like real gameplay this time.
It's been all CG at this point.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I was thinking actual gameplay, maybe even a date, because I don't think they've announced a date of any kind. It's supposed to come out this year, right? At least it shows that on
I think
Fantasy
they were
Critic.
targeting this year, but who knows?
Okay, well, it's one of my Fantasy Critic ones, so that's another reason that's on my list.
Marco's stacking the deck.
And then something I randomly thought of as we were talking about like Nintendo and stuff, and I know this isn't really the showcase where they showed the Pokemon car, but I think they'll do a cutesy little ad for the new Squishmallow Pokemon that they've already discussed on Twitter, but they're going to show them here because why not?
Nice.
I can see that. I can see that.
Piplup and Winking Pikachu. There you go.
Those are some good ones, because I saw someone on Twitter mention Space Marine 2 the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that game.
I'm down for that
is
game,
supposed to
man.
be coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because we know Gears is probably a very far way away, and Space Marine 2, Space Marine is very similar to Gears, so really
Oh yeah, very similar.
Okay. And also, I want to point out for audio listeners, Jace actually points out, makes a good point in the chat about the Final Fantasy 16 demo, because they are doing a pre-launch event for Final Fantasy 16 on Sunday. So it's a pretty good likely scenario that maybe it's Sunday instead of at this showcase, especially because we pretty much know anyways that 7 remake it will be here. So maybe they don't want to have those both in the same
double
show.
hit it. Double hit it, baby.
But that demo's
Put it
gonna
on the
come
big
out this
stage.
week. Like if it's not out
Yeah,
by Sunday, like I think something's seriously up with that demo at this point. But we'll see. But
Game's
there
out
you
in
go.
like 2 weeks. So
But that is all of our predictions for the showcase. Now I compiled a list of games that we didn't talk about here because none of us made predictions on these, but I feel like they haven't announced we'll be there, but are probably locks to be there. So let's go through them and talk about them. Number 1, with a bullet, Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. They haven't announced it's going to be here, but it's From Software, and From Software is always at Summer Game Fest. So I think this is a lock to be there. It's coming out in September, or maybe August. It's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, August. So it's gotta have a trailer here. Lords of the Fallen.
Sorry, I want to give a quick shout out to I didn't want to steal this because I heard it on PSVG. People should definitely be listening to PSVG. Donnie Reese predicted that game will come to Game Pass, and I think he could be onto something.
I can
with
see
that. I think Armored Core on Game Pass is an amazing fit. So shout out to Donnie, man. Holy
I don't
cow.
think they're going to do that because From Software.
Well, maybe not, but you know what? Well, that's your opinion, man.
Shoot for the stars.
That's just your opinion, man.
That's just like your opinion, man.
Next game I expect will probably be here, Lords of the Fallen, also coming out later
Mm.
this year. We haven't really heard too much about it, but it's supposed to come out later this year. And it's a remake of the first game, Lord of the Fallen, but it's called Lords of the Fallen with a
Dude, I was gonna make the joke about layers of fears. Like,
Yeah, that's
isn't
the
that
thing
the
too.
same thing?
the same idea, yeah.
Oh
my
my
God.
gosh, that's no. You can't just
confusing.
plural the words. That's
There's
not a
another
sequel.
lord. There's another lord, Sean.
Two of
Okay?
them now.
At
All
least
right.
two lords now.
Announcing our supplementary Nintendo podcast, the Nintendo's Drives, and you can also subscribe to that. The sequel.
Carpool's
They should
Gaming.
they should add a
Carpool's
lady.
Gaming.
They should add a lady to the lords.
Okay.
Lady and
Ladies.
Lords.
Lady and
Yes.
Lords of the Fallen.
Holy cow!
All right. Next game I had was Lies of P. This is the Pinocchio
Mhm.
Soulsborne game that was actually at, I think, Gamescom last year. It's supposed to be coming out this year, so I imagine it's going to get a big blowout trailer. Another one, and this could be at Xbox, but I think it'll probably be here. Hades 2 is supposed to be coming out this year at some point with early access. So I expect it's time for us to hear about Hades 2 sometime this week, but it's
Yes.
probably going to be here. For luckless sake, I
Yes.
hope so. You have it in
Please.
fantasy.
Please.
The Elden Ring DLC, I think we'll get like an announcement in a
Oh,
in a
good
trailer
one.
here.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's a good one. Yeah.
yeah. Just to keep the Friends software training going. And then I had a separate list here of these could also be here, but if there's no Nintendo Direct or Partner Showcase, because it depends on, again, a lot of this kind of hinges on if there be a Nintendo Direct or a Partner Showcase this week. Mina the Hollower from Club Games. That's their newest games from the makers of Shovel Knight. It's a game I'm very excited about.
Me too.
And I think it'll be either here or Nintendo, if there's a Nintendo thing. The Plucky Squire, I think we'll actually get like reshown, even though it was at the PlayStation Showcase. We didn't get a release date, and I feel like we'll get that here or at the Nintendo partner.
The
Mm.
Devolver thing. It'll be at
Yeah.
the Devolver.
Oh, the Devolver
Direct,
thing. That's a
right?
good point. I didn't
Yeah.
think about that. The Suikoden 1 and 2 remasters.
Yes.
That of
Safe
course Sean
bet.
and I have it in
Yep.
thing. Like I think they have to be given those release dates because they're supposed to still be coming out this year. So I imagine we see that here.
Shout
Sea
out
of Stars, same deal. If there's no Nintendo showcase, I think this is where we see Sea of Stars before it comes out in August. Oxenfree 2, same boat. I think it'll be here. And then I just have other Square Enix stuff in quotation, aka Kingdom Hearts 4, Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered, Final Fantasy 9 Remake, and any returning IPs like the Mana franchise. Lockless raising your hand. What's up,
Yes,
Lock?
yes. Locklith from the press pool, since Matt's not here to say it.
Yeah.
If I have to add a Nintendo one, I don't
Mhm.
know how large of a game this would be for this type of showcase, but the new Story of Seasons game comes out pretty soon. So I don't know if they want to show
Ooh.
any of that at this, if Nintendo's not doing anything.
Yeah.
I think it would
Like,
make sense.
I think there's a lot of announcements like that where, again, if we see some of that stuff here, that'll basically be the telltale sign that there's nothing Nintendo happening next week, I think. So
Ooh, what if SteamWorld Build showed up here? That'd be amazing.
Oh,
Give me some
that'd be pretty
SteamWorld
cool.
Build. Holy cow!
that'd make
Yes.
me happy.
I was just looking
Yeah.
at this list. There is a Transformers game coming out. It's called
there?
Transformers Reactivate. No, I don't think that this is. It doesn't. I don't think negates your. I think it actually breathes life into your prediction. Apparently, it's coming to PC, 1 to 4 players. Developed by Splash Damage, and it has a release date of
that's right.
2023. It's
The
called
first-person
Transformers
shooter.
Reactive.
right.
Reactivate. Yeah, it looks
That's-
neat.
that's right. We saw that trailer for last year,
forgot
and I
about
forgot that was a thing.
Me
Like I
too.
totally forgot that was a thing. Like even
So
when
did
Lachlan
I.
brought up Transformers, I forgot that they showed us that
Listen.
Shout out
because
to
it was supposed to be like
Reactivate.
Transformers Overwatch, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yep.
That
1
was
to
kind
4
of the idea
players.
behind it. Yeah,
I like it.
yeah. But that's
Nice.
it. I think that's kind of the big list I kind of had as far as games we think we'll see, unless there's anything else that anyone else here thinks we'll see that I didn't kind of cover off here.
I don't think so.
Tapped
Not
out.
for me. Yep.
Yeah.
I think we're Lachlan. I'm blown away, man. Like you came ready. I was like Chris Pratt and Vampire
I
Survivors.
used all 2 of my brain cells to
Oh,
come up
good.
with my list.
No,
The
that's
pigeon worked
awesome.
full time tonight.
Oh man,
Yeah.
oh man.
Good stuff. All right, I think that's gonna kind of round out our conversation then about Summer Game Fest. Our big predictions, are any of them right or any of them wrong? I guess we'll find out tomorrow. So make sure again to come watch the show with us 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time over at the Yield, youtube.com/Carpool Gaming. Come watch it along with myself, Seth, and Lockliff Baby, and whoever else decides to show up. Of course, let's round out the show. So first of all, Sean, thank you for coming to the show. Everybody, Sean, where can people find you on the internet?
Find me on the internet on Twitter at Sean Capri, Sean like Connor, Capri like the pants. And I do the Xbox Drive with you, Ryan. People can subscribe to the Xbox Drive. They may already be subscribed to the Xbox Drive. I do the Nintendo Drive with Seth and Lachlan, of course, and a bunch of other stuff. Find me on the Patreon. We do a bunch of stuff over there, patreon.com/Carpool Gaming. We're playing Diablo at twitch.tv/Carpool Gaming Live, and it's a good time. Join the Discord, do all the things. You can find me and talk to me and make fun of my predictions. I don't care. Who cares? We're having a good time.
Meowrific. Very nice, Sean.
No, you like suspension. A suspension is coming. Absolutely.
Ryan's taking his vote tomorrow.
Indefinitely. I gave him way too much time to think to do that. So it's my fault. It's really my own fault.
Meowrific.
It's all Sean's fault. Well, Seth, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/$2hero. Also on the Nintendo Drive with Sean and Lachlan here. Thank you for being our guest on the Nintendo Drive tonight, Ryan. That's kind of what this is right now.
I'm glad to be part of the show, you guys. This is awesome. We didn't even talk about Nintendo. That was the best part of it. Nintendo Drive.
No, neither do we. So.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. Lachlan, where can people find you?
Well, when you can't find me over here in my squishmallows, those that are audio listeners, sorry, you can't see the mountain behind me. You can find me on Twitter at LachlanTWT, here at Carpool Gaming as part of Nintendo Drive, and apparently coming up with ideas and predictions of my own for systems that I don't normally play on. So there you go.
Super fun.
Great predictions tonight. All right. As for me, find me on Twitter at Ryan Turford. You can also find us on Twitter at Carpool Gaming, right here, youtube.com/Carpool Gaming. Of course, all of our podcasts around the globe. If you, of course, are listening to this on the Nintendo Drive feed, hi, I'm Ryan. I'm on the Xbox Drive with Sean, and also the RPG Cave. You come hang out over there with me and Garrett Bland. We talk about role-playing games. And then also, I do Pit Stop Retro Gaming on the YouTube channel as well, which is our retro gaming show, where I did a whole episode about Alien video games, including a bunch of Nintendo games over there. So come look at us up over there on the YouTube page. All right, everybody, for Lockliff and Sean Capri and Seth Sturgill, I'm Ryan Turford. This has been our predictions episode for Summer Game Fest, and we'll see y'all tomorrow for the big show. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.